Most of you know today the theme is Power of Persuasion. Power of persuasion is measured based upon results. And if we look upon our group here as Toastmasters, our power of persuasion is focused on verbal communication, primarily verbal and animated gestures, depending on whether it's Russ, the younger, or whoever it is that might have these animated gestures. On the other side of power of persuasion is physical power. Our founding fathers used little more than the pen and verbal communication to drive the British out of this country. And for that we can stand here today, we can sit here today and celebrate what liberty we do have as a result of their physical power of persuasion. So what we have is basically a spectrum, from verbal communication to hand gestures to suggestions to a little bit of power to more power to physical damage to destruction of the opposition in an attempt to persuade them or whoever's left of them to see it our way. In many cases that has worked. That has worked in a number of wars. That has worked in a number of conflicts. Power of persuasion is bigger than just money. It is much more powerful than money. So as we go into the 2014 election season, we have to be smarter, we have to be more agile. We have to think like our forefathers and our founding fathers who didn't march the way the British wanted them to march in lines. They hid in the jungles, they hid, and they struck and they destroyed the British Army ultimately. So as we go in again to 2014, 2016, we have to be really, really smart. We have to be very agile, and we have to be very focused on metrics of performance associated with actions that we take. If we take a lot of time and effort and get few results, we've wasted it. Our forefathers did not have the luxury of a lot of money. They had to be smart. They had to be agile. So if you can imagine walking up to, as we look at the pyramid structure of those candidates, they have at the second layer certain key players in their election campaign, who without those key players, that candidate could not successfully carry off an election. So if we focus on that layer, maybe a dozen, maybe 2 dozen, you can imagine meeting one of them. Steve, I'm Russ Farmer.
Hi, Russ.
I know you're helping Mark Udall. There's a lot of rumors going around. And there's a lot of military people that are very upset that have for years put their lives on the line for this country and the liberties of this country. And Mark Udall is taking those away from them. They've come back to this country after wars, and they're seeing that their liberties are being destroyed. And you're supporting that. And they're very upset. They're thinking maybe that if you don't understand that they're losing their liberties, maybe you should lose some of your liberties. And there's a bunch of them around here. I hear rumors about this. They're thinking that maybe just by taking you out and removing your manhood, that you will understand a little bit about your loss of liberty and what you're taking away from them. You know, you have the opportunity to back away from this election and not worry about that. Or as you look around every day, as you drive home, and you see somebody sitting there in their parked car watching you. Could happen. Just rumors, you know. You might just think about that. And I hope you make the right decision. Because the loss of that, you know, there's not doctors who can glue those things back on.
Yeah.